Christmas will be null and void." And depressed and discouraged, he jumped into his bed, turned out all the lights, and pulled the covers over his head.
Meanwhile, look what was happening on the Bear family's street. Christmas had become a chance for all bears to compete. You have never seen such gaggles of winking, blinking lights, or such a loud and rude display of unchristmassy sounds and sights. Great big plastic Santas that were roaring ho, 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 a whole entire house that was wrapped with a bow, gigantic candy canes reaching for the sky, speakers blaring Christmas hits at neighbors passing by, reindeer whose red noses would put Rudolph's nose to shame. The bears, one and all, had been caught up in the game. All of them were trying for the best Christmas display. All of them were vying to turn nighttime into day. The cubs were also caught up in this nasty Christmas rage. Their Christmas wish list grew to cover page after page. Mama Bear tried her best to pull Pa from the brink. She begged him please to take a moment just to stop and think. But Papa, like the cubs, was still carried quite away. There was no doubt the greedies would spoil Christmas Day. Now Mrs. Santa loved Christmas just as much as her mate. She especially liked the catalog that came from barrel and crate. But she too thought that Christmas had gotten out of hand, and that the Christmas greedies were spreading through the land. She was worried about Christmas, but worried more about her mate. Hot tea usually cheered him up, with fresh-baked cookies on a plate. But Santa Bear was gone. There was just a note on the bed. It was pinned to Santa's pillow, and this is what it said.
Subject: Christmas is canceled. To my dear and loving wife, Christmas is my life, and what I have to say is that the true spirit of Christmas has somehow lost its way. I have gone to find it. I will search until I do, but better that there's none at all than what it's turned into. Your loving husband. Of course, Santa's disappearance made the network news. Folks gathered round their TV screens in 4s and 3s and 2s. They called up all the talk shows, and all said, "What a shame!" But not a single bear thought the bears were to blame. Mama Bear knew better. Of course Santa Bear has quit. And with all that's happened, you can't blame him a bit. We've blotted out the stars with 1,000,000 watts of light. We have lost the Christmas spirit and forgotten all that's right. The bears knew in their heart of hearts that Mama Bear was right, and that they had all contributed to Christmas's sad plight. The bear cubs got the message, and Papa Bear did too. But what was done, they thought. And what were they to do?
"Well," said Mama Bear, "we could set a good example. I think a few lights around the door will be more than ample." So Papa and the cubs saw the error of their ways, and working very quickly, they took down the huge displays. But Santa was still missing when all was said and done, and the chance of saving Christmas seemed clearly slim to none.
But Santa had a plan, and he was really still about. And with the fate of Christmas still very much in doubt, he went among the bears very carefully disguised, and traveling without his sleigh, he went unrecognized. So in his tweedy cap and suit, he traveled far and wide, and looking for the Christmas spirit, he searched the countryside. He had to keep on searching. He could not give up hope. This place looked familiar. He had seen it on his scope. Santa looked up at the stars sparkling in the sky. No longer did the lights below outshine the lights on high. Well, that's a start, thought Santa with a hopeful smile.